The undertaker used scissors. The undertaker used scissors to cut open the corpse clothes. The body suddenly opens its eyes and asks where it is. Jack was not only not afraid, he told her that this was a funeral parlor. She was already dead, but the woman didn't believe she was dead because she was still talking. After Jack produced her death certificate, Jack continued to repair her body, but she kept thinking she wasn't dead. Jack sewed up the wound on her head, but she didn't feel any pain. Suddenly the doorbell rang. Jack gave her a shot. He said it would prevent her muscles from stiffening. It turned out to be her mother. She said goodbye to her daughter with a sob. After her mother left, she suddenly realized she could control her body. She went to the door and shouted, but no one paid any attention to her. Suddenly, she heard her fiancé's voice. She shouted, but he didn't hear her. At night, she saw herself pale in the mirror. Jack tells her to accept her death. She sighs in disappointment, but a mist appears on the mirror. The woman wants to see herself again before she's buried. Jack hands her a mirror. Looking at herself in the mirror, Anna sighed involuntarily. Seeing the fog in the mirror, she realized she wasn't dead, but Jack ignored her struggles. He injected another potion into her body. Anna passed out instantly. Jack took a picture of her. He pushed her outside. Then the boyfriend arrived. As he was putting the ring on Anna's finger, Anna's mouth suddenly moved. Jack was very nervous, but unfortunately, the boyfriend didn't notice. Jack rushed to close Anna's coffin. Then Jack went backstage. He put Anna's picture on the wall. Surprisingly, he had a wall full of them. Anna woke up again. She had been buried in the ground. She was terrified. She kept banging on the coffin, but no one heard her. And so Anna was buried alive. When the men learned that their buried girlfriend was not dead, angry and anxious, Paul, he drove his car towards the cemetery. It was raining lightly, but instead of slowing down, he was overtaking cars on the road. Suddenly there was a flash of white light. When he opened his eyes again, an ambulance drove past him, but Paul didn't notice anything unusual. He made it all the way to the cemetery. He managed to dig out the coffin. He took Anna out. He didn't realize she was still alive, but then there was a noise behind him. The boyfriend turned his head. In the moment he was distracted, Anna disappeared from his hand. So it was all a dream. When the white light flashed, he was already in a car accident. He was lying on the morgue, and the person in charge of disposing of his body, it was the familiar Jack and Anna. This time Jack had an assistant. What's waiting for his boyfriend? The same fate as Anna's.